What's up, guys? It's your girl M, and I'm back with another video for you today. And today we are going to do, I know it's a little bit late, but we are going to do our Real Housewives of Potomac recap. It is season 8, the season premiere, and it was juicy. So let's go ahead and get into it. This was another supersized premiere. It was 54 minutes instead of the usual like 44 minutes. So we got a little bit extra of a premiere because it's so jam-packed. Lots going on. I have a coffee the size of my head because you know that's how we do on this channel. I'm gonna get my notes right here. I took plenty of notes. The beginning, all right? We start off and we are gonna be dealing with Juan and Robin Dixon. Now, if you don't know, you're gonna know now. Juan Dixon, who is married to Robin, just got remarried. They were married, they got divorced because he was a cheater. And then they stayed together because they had money problems. They were essentially together, but not together. It was very murky, really complicated the first few seasons. And then Juan decided to propose again a few seasons ago. And they finally just got remarried. Now we've got cheating allegations from Juan. And let me just say this. Do you want to know Juan Dixon's sign? His sun sign? That man is a Libra. A Libra that cheats. How original, Juan. How original. And y'all want to say astrology's not real. Juan, the Libra cheating. Let me take a sip of coffee. Anyways, we get into their scandals, and Juan's also been fired from his basketball coaching job. And Juan previously has been like, I don't care about the cameras. He doesn't want to, like, looking annoyed whenever he's on camera, not wanting to be a part of anything. But now that Juan doesn't have a job, Juan's going to sit down and do a whole, like, 20-minute thing talking about his infidelity, that he claims he didn't do anything wrong. Robin, open your eyes, Robin. And I love Robin. I love the Green-Eyed Bandits. Like, I really do. Like, I love Robin. But Robin, I cannot defend you when you're just like willfully being blind with this man. Okay? You're going to do what you want to do. And I've been there, been through it. You make a lot of, excuses for them. You rationalize it. All of that. I get it. But girl, you got money. You got money. You got the show. You can move forward. You don't need this man. You do not need this man. Especially because he's unemployed now. An unemployed Libra. Who used to play in the NBA. You don't need him. You could get somebody better. Okay, but anyways, they get into the whole thing. They talk about him signing a hotel receipt, and he's saying, I was just being nice. Okay, for this girl in Canada or whatever. Okay. And then him and Coach Bree in the nail salon. A former coworker of his. I don't know. I'm not going to go too far into this because it's just a lot. Like, you either believe Juan or you don't believe Juan. Robin is choosing to believe Juan. I think that where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe these are just, random instances, but he already has a cheating track record. So one would have to kind of assume and believe that maybe there's something more to it. I don't know. But I mean, shoot, if this is where Robin wants to be, this is where Robin wants to be. And I understand that they have 2 kids. Like, I get all of that. But it's just, Robin, I want you to have more, girl. Okay, and then we cut to a scene where Candace, Karen, Wendy, Candace, Karen, and Wendy meet up. And what's funny is I peeped this. Candace ordered a drink called Threat Level Midnight, and that's like that's Michael Scott from The Office. That's his movie's name. which is funny. I just thought it was hilarious, and I had to bring that up. But they get together, and Wendy, we find out Wendy gave up drinking for Lent, which is funny because we found out on the last episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that Erica gave up fighting with those women for Lent. So I thought that was funny. And that's how you can tell that the seasons were filmed right around the same time. And she has a rosary in her purse too. So then they kind of talk about like Robin and Juan, and they're just upset because there was a lot of deflection, they feel like, because they kept putting all this stuff on Chris, Candace's husband. Last season, they kept making it into like Chris is being unfaithful, when really Robin was quietly dealing with whatever was going on with Juan. And they just felt like it was disingenuous, and they kind of want to get to the bottom of it. They question if Juan and Robin, if they don't have an arrangement or if they're really married. Like they're just like, what's the deal? What's real? What's fake? What's going on? They're very, very confused. Robin made a comment last year that like she was thinking that Karen was going to bring it up. And Karen was like, I shouldn't have to bring up your stuff. You're on a reality show. Like you should be bringing up your stuff. So they talk about that. And then we go to Ashley, and she's with her kids, and she's in her new home. And she calls it Seaside in the City. And she has 4 beds, 5 bathrooms. It's 3,400 square feet, and it was $2.2 million. Now, Michael, that demon, Michael Darby, he helped her pay with it for the down payment, and he is still on the mortgage of the house. And she's not eager to take him off the mortgage because then it would really be her full responsibility. And what's funny, her kids are being bad, by the way. Like, her one son is standing on the counter and, like, grabs the other son and helps pull him up to stand on the counter, too. And I was like, girl, well, Ashley's, like, messing around with an air fryer. And I was like, girl, look over there. Let's see what your kids are doing. And Ashley's, like, saying, like, she's like, it's so difficult not having Michael. I don't really have somebody to watch the kids. Bravo is so messy. Those producers are so messy. They pan over and there's Ashley's nanny. Like, girl, come on. You are not really living the single mom experience. Let's just be totally transparent, totally real. You have a man that is paying, I'm assuming, a lot of money in child support. A man that is on your mortgage. You have a nanny. I think you're doing okay. Maybe it is a little tough. I don't know, but I think you're doing fine. You're not having the typical single mom experience. Like, let's be real here. Yeah, and they're still not divorced. Her and Michael are still not divorced. I don't think they're ever going to get divorced. That's my prediction. I don't think they're ever going to get divorced because she got screwed over so bad in the prenup. She's not getting alimony, but she is getting child support. And they were just in the Bahamas together as co-parents. Kind of like how Courtney and Scott Disick would take trips with their kids while they were not together. They're doing it as co-parents, but that seems to get murky to me. I personally wouldn't want to do that. Ashley really got screwed over in her prenup. And this is a word to the wise. I saw this on TikTok. A lawyer was speaking about it. I don't think she had her own lawyer doing the prenup. What you need to do, ladies, when you are going to do a prenup, you work with a lawyer, okay? You work with a lawyer yourself, and you create a prenup. And then your husband, whoever, can approve or disapprove of it. And then, you go back and forth. Have your own representation, because I don't think Ashley had her own representation. I think she was just using Michael's guy. And of course, Michael's guy is going to screw her over. Hello. When you do a prenup, find your own representation. And then also in the prenup, make sure they pay the legal fees for the prenup. That's all I'm saying. Ashley did not do her due diligence. And I don't really feel bad for her because Ashley kind of bothers me sometimes. I like when she gets messy, but sometimes I'm like, girl, shut up. Okay, and so then Giselle FaceTimes Ashley, and they're kind of chit-chatting, and Giselle invites Ashley over to her house for a brunch, or Robin intervention, because they want to have this conversation with her and be like, what's going on? Like, we need to get to the bottom of this. Like, we need you to be happy. We need you to be good, because they're worried about her mental health, bottom line. Okay, and then we go over to Giselle, and she is with her new boo. I do not remember that man's name, but he is 16 years younger than her. And you know what? God bless. God bless. I don't care. I think whatever Giselle wants to do, Giselle can do. She has older daughters. I think it's great. I want her to have fun. I'm glad that she's not with that pastor anymore, because he was doing the most, Jamal. She deserves to be happy and let loose and have fun. And if it's going to be with a guy 16 years younger than her, I think he's in his like 30s or something. So be it. And they're making sushi, and it looked so good. It made me crave sushi. A lot of people on Twitter were talking about Giselle and this man, and they were saying that it was like fake. They didn't feel chemistry. While I didn't feel like a crazy amount of chemistry, I don't think her daughters would let her parade a man around and be fake. Like, her daughters seem to be cool with him. And you know, those girls, they drag their mom. They humble Giselle. The way that North humbles Kim Kardashian, Giselle's daughters humble her daily. So I do not think that the daughters would entertain somebody that wasn't like real. You know what I'm saying? I think it's real. Whatever. People are allowed to have their own opinion, but I think there's something there. Even though I didn't really see like crazy chemistry, we don't know their life. And this is just them making sushi. So who knows? Okay. And then we also talked kind of about how Grace, her oldest daughter, is getting ready to go to college, and that's a big thing for her. And then we go to Gordon and Mia. They went from like a 10,000 square foot house to a 1,500 square foot apartment. Honestly, the apartment looks beautiful though. I wouldn't mind living in that apartment. It looks really beautiful. I think it looks nice, but I can understand why it would be a shock. So Gordon was ousted from the family business, and they don't really know why. They're still trying to determine, and it was like a board meeting or whatever, and his family like basically kicked him out of the business. So he is no longer the CEO. And Mia, we thought that she had a larger role in the business, which is chiropractor offices, but as it turns out, she does not. She was just a marketing director. So that was interesting to find out. Gordon is saying how they're owed like at least $500,000, and there's probably going to be a court case and all this stuff. And I feel for them, but I wonder what really went on. And they still don't even really know what's going on. And I think even if they did know what was going on, they're not going to say it. So, yeah, and I guess G was pretty, upset and heartbroken, and Mia was like, well, we got to figure things out, So I think we're going to spend a lot of time. I think this definitely shows like a strain in their marriage. Now that Gordon can't give Mia the lifestyle that she's been accustomed to. So I think, we're going to start to see. And if you know anything about what's going on currently, he did come out and say that she was a gold digger and all this stuff. And I think they are separated, and I think they are getting divorced. So I don't really know the ins and outs. I haven't seen any more updates about it, but it makes sense. I mean, I'm not shocked that she's leaving this man. I'm just not. And then we get to Candace and Chris, and they're having a picnic, talking about how last year was pretty rough with all the rumors and allegations surrounding Chris. There was kind of a pile on him. And then we talk about her touring, which honestly, not that interesting to me. When the housewives have singing careers, I just really don't care unless it's Countess Luann, because Countess Luann is like, it's funny, It's like campy. Her singing career. I love it. But she's talking about her touring, and she spent like over 6 figures touring in the year prior. And she wants to make money on it. And I'm like, girl, you know what? Candace, I support you. I want you to be successful. But girl, Girl, I do. I want her to be successful. I really, really, truly do. But I don't know. But she has the money to bankroll it. So if she wants to do it, go ahead and do it. But, I worry that, she's going to spend all this money and nothing much is going to come of it. And then we go to Charisse and Giselle and Ashley, and they're meeting up at Giselle's house, and they're staging the Robin intervention. And these women are having an issue getting down to Giselle's backyard because Giselle has not done much with that walkway. And these women are nearly breaking their necks every time they try to get down to Giselle's back porch. Hilarious. But it's Giselle, Charisse, and Ashley, and they've all had, varying issues with men and infidelity and things like that. And they know Robin the best. Charisse has known Robin for a million years. I think Eddie, Charisse's previous husband, they're divorced now. I think he was Juan's coach at one point in time. Something like that. But Charisse and Robin go way back, and Giselle and Robin obviously go way back. And then Ashley, her and Robin have had kind of an up and down friendship relationship, but Ashley, knows what it's like to have, because that demon, Michael Darby, he was out in the streets and having cheating scandals and things like that. So she knows obviously what it's like to go through that. And they're basically just trying to talk to Robin and be like, we want you to be good. And Robin just doesn't seem to be getting it. Like, she makes it feel like a pile on when it's like, these are 3 people that genuinely just love and care about you. I know it's on camera. I know, but they're on a reality show. They want Robin to be happy. And Robin keeps making all these excuses for Juan. And then she says, my joy has been stolen, but it's not because of Juan. And it's like, no, girl, it is because of Juan. Juan has, he's doing all these things. And even if he's doing them, even if it's not like him really cheating, he's not thinking about how it looks and how it's going to affect Robin, how it's going to affect his sons. He's genuine, and he doesn't seem to care. And it's like, Robin, this man is just embarrassing you for what? You don't have to go through this. And Robin's being hard-headed. I think Robin, astrologically, I think she's an Aries. So that kind of makes sense. She's hard-headed. She's just going to try to blaze through it. And, I get it. I understand. But I just feel for her. And I just don't think Juan is being sincere. I want Juan to be sincere. Trust me. I think they're the cutest family. I think they do have a connection, and I think they really love each other, but Juan needs to start acting right. I just want better for her, and I don't think she's in a place to really, at this moment in time, I don't think she's really in the place to acknowledge it. I think she's still just wanting to hide and not deal with it, which I get. I also am very sympathetic to that because I do that too. So I don't know. I hope the best for her, but I think it's going to be a very long season of Juan and Robin drama. I'm going to be spending a lot of time trying to defend Robin, even though it's hard because my girl, she's so blinded. She's so blinded by love, but we've all been there. So I don't blame her. And then we get a little bit of Charisse kind of telling her story and just saying it all feels so reminiscent of what she went through. And she's like, I'm not saying that what's happening to you is the same thing that happened to me, but it strikes a chord in me. And she, she was kind of jilted. She dealt with everything. She tried to be the best wife that she could be, raising their kids and just ignoring all of those signs. And then one day he just was done. He just left her, and she was, jilted. And it's if she would have just left when she knew she should have, she wouldn't have had to deal with that pain of him just up and leaving her. So I think out of all the people to give Robin advice, I think Giselle, who's also dealt with cheating scandals with Jamal, you know, Charisse, and Ashley, I think they were the best 3 women to kind of talk to Robin and be like, this is what happened to me. And maybe Robin comes to her senses, or maybe Juan starts acting right, but I don't know. What do you guys think? But that is it for this episode, for the season premiere of Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm really excited to see what else we have in store for this season. I love these women. I think Real Housewives of Potomac is one of my favorite franchises. So yeah, we're gonna be covering the rest of that season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think. And check out my Instagram at Midwest Mansfield and my Twitter at AmandMan, especially if you like housewife stuff, because I'm always tweeting housewife stuff over there. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Love ya, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah.